Today, I will be talking about the difference phrases with similar meanings in Japanese. I will explain them one by one so that beginners can easily understand. For example, do you know the difference between ごめんなさい and すみません or ありがとう and すみません? Do you know in what situations and to whom you should use them? It's complicated, isn't it? You might get confused which one to use. Or maybe you don't know if it sounds polite or even rude to Japanese people. If you watch this video, you can learn the original meaning of each phrase. You can also learn how to use it in different situations. You can learn how to use it in real conversations too. Are you ready? Let's get started. First, let's take a look at ごめんなさい and すみません. Yes, you're right. You can use both phrases to apologize. But in fact, there are subtle differences in nuance. ごめんなさい is used when you have done something rude or caused trouble. By saying ごめんなさい, you can emphasize and convey the feelings of regret. It's used when you apologize for your own mistake. You use this phrase to your friends, family, and close people. For example, you can use it in this kind of situation. Let's say you're supposed to meet up with your friend at 3 p.m., but you're accidentally late. Well, don't worry. Please say this phrase. ごめんなさい 遅れちゃった It means I'm sorry I'm late in English. Now let's practice. Please repeat after me. ごめんなさい遅れちゃったごめんなさい遅れちゃった Good job! If the person is your close friend, it's okay to use more informal phrase. It's ごめん Now please repeat. ごめん遅れたごめん遅れた Well done! Next, let's take a look at すみませんすみません is a phrase that expresses the feeling of caring to the person in front of you. You say it when you inconvenience someone. It's often used as a formal expression to apologize. For example, for your superiors, for your boss, for your teachers, and also to the strangers. But do you see the big difference between すみません and ごめんなさい? In fact, すみません is not only used to apologize, but also to express gratitude. It's surprising, isn't it? That means you can actually say すみません instead of ありがとう. For example, let's say you're at a shop and a clerk comes up and he or she carries your heavy suitcase. Then you can say すみません助かります In English, it means thank you for your help. Now please repeat. すみません助かりますすみません助かります And here's another tip. Sometimes you say すいません for すみません If you say すみません very quickly, won't it become すいません which is easier to pronounce? It's just like this. すみませんすみませんすみませんすみませんすみませんすみませんすみませんすみません Right? Well, but the correct Japanese is すみません right? So please use すみません for someone of higher status. And actually, you can say すいません to someone you don't know too. For example, let's say you run into a person at a crowded station. In this situation, you can apologize by saying すいません Now please repeat. すいませんすいません Well done! よくできました Next, let's take a look at ありがとう and すみません As I mentioned earlier, すみません also has a meaning of gratitude. In other words, ありがとう and すみません both have the meaning of gratitude. But the times and situations in which you should use them are a bit different. ありがとう is a phrase used to express gratitude when someone does something good for you. You would hear this phrase in everyday life. And ありがとう is an informal way of saying. So you usually say ありがとう to your family members or to your close friends. For example, let's say it's your birthday today and your friend gives you a birthday present. In such a situation, you say, あ、誕生日覚えていたの？ありがとう。In English, it means, oh, you remembered my birthday. Thank you. Alright, now let's practice together. Please repeat after me. 誕生日覚えていたの？ありがとう。誕生日覚えていたの？ありがとう。And I have a little question here. What kind of phrase do you say to your boss or superiors to express gratitude? Yes, that's right. It's ありがとうございます。Okay, now please repeat this one too. ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。Well, as we have already learned, すみません simply means I'm sorry, right? But you can also use it when you are overwhelmed or you are afraid of something. You can use it to express gratitude after making a request, or when you feel that you have put a burden to someone. For example, let's say you ask your colleague to make some copies of some documents. In such a case, you can say, すみません、コピーしてもらって。すみません、コピーしてもらって。It means, thank you for making copies. Now please repeat. すみません、コピーしてもらって。すみません、コピーしてもらって。Alright, great job! Next, I will tell you how to tell the difference between お疲れ様です and ご苦労様です。These two phrases convey the feelings of gratitude to someone who worked very hard. But I want you to be careful when using them, because depending on how to use it, it might sound a little rude. So, listen carefully. You need to choose which one to pick up, depending on the situation, place, and who you are talking to. お疲れ様です is a phrase we use for people who have finished their work, or for people who worked on something hard. You use it for your superiors, like your boss, your teachers, and you can use it to your colleagues too. You can also use it to your friends as a greeting. For example, let's say you're in an office and you talk to your boss right before leaving the room. You say, お疲れ様です。今日はありがとうございました。In English, it means, thank you for working with me today. お疲れ様です is such a unique Japanese expression, and it's difficult to directly translate into English. However, it's a good phrase to praise the person right in front of you. So, please try to use it. Now let's practice. Please repeat. お疲れ様です。今日はありがとうございました。お疲れ様です。今日はありがとうございました。You can also use this phrase to greet your friend. For example, let's say you're meeting up with your friend and he is waiting in front of Hachiko in Shibuya. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what Hachiko is, please look it up on the Google. Anyway, in such a case, you say, お疲れ、待った?お疲れ、待った? Since you're talking to your friend who is someone close to you, you can take the sama and just say お疲れ. We use this expression quite often in our everyday life, so let's practice. If you're just a beginner in Japanese and mastered this expression, your Japanese friends will be surprised and go like, 日本語上手だね. Okay, now please repeat. お疲れ、待った?お疲れ、待った?Great job! よくできました。ご苦労様です is another phrase we use often in our everyday life. It's important to note that you use it for your juniors, students, and subordinates. In other words, please be careful not to use it for your superiors, like your boss and teachers. If you use it to someone of higher status, it will give them a bad impression. It's sometimes used by taking sama and just say gokuro. For example, let's say you're a teacher and you're with a student who has just submitted an essay. Then you say, ご苦労様です。頑張ったね. In English, it means, you've worked so hard on writing it. ご苦労様です is a phrase used to express appreciation for someone's efforts. So the meaning of itself is just same as お疲れ様です. Now, let's practice. Please repeat. ご苦労様です。頑張ったね。ご苦労様です。頑張ったね。Alright, よくできました。Next, let's move on to how to use 大丈夫です and 問題ありません. Both are words that convey no problem, but there are subtle differences in nuance. 大丈夫です is used when something is okay, or you think that you can do it yourself. For example, let's say you're struggling with an assignment from school and your friend asks you, "Oh, do you need any help?" And you actually think that you can do it yourself. In such a case, you can say, 大丈夫です。ありがとう. In English, it means, no thank you, but thank you for asking me. So, 大丈夫です means there is no problem and it is okay. Depending on the conversation, you can use it as no thank you. It's a nice phrase because you can say no without saying direct expressions such as, "Oh, I don't need your help," or just say no. It's a very gentle and nice phrase, isn't it? So, let's practice together. Please repeat. 大丈夫です。ありがとう。大丈夫です。ありがとう。Oh, I hope you're not confused by now. Okay, then when do we use 問題ありません? 問題ありません is a more formal way of saying I'm fine or I'm good. It's often used in business and official scenes. You use this phrase to reassure the person you're talking to. For example, during a lecture, a professor asks you if you have any questions. And if you don't have any questions, you can say, はい、問題ありません. In English, it means, oh, no problem, I don't have any questions. Now, please repeat. はい、問題ありません。はい、問題ありません。Well done. So, we're almost there. This is the last tip for today. Finally, let's talk about 失礼します and お先に失礼します. It's confusing, isn't it? But don't worry again. Basically, you use these phrases when entering and exiting. 失礼します is a generally used word when you're concerned about causing trouble to someone. You can also say it when entering and leaving a room. For example, when you enter an interview room, you knock the door and say, 失礼します. In English, it means, I'm going into the room now. Alright, now please repeat. 失礼します. 失礼します. You can also use it when you finish your conversation and leave the room. Just like this. 本日はありがとうございました。それでは失礼します。It's very Japanese, isn't it? So it means, thank you for your time today. I'm leaving now. See you then. If you master how to use 失礼します, you can give such a polite impression to Japanese people. Now I will talk about お先に失礼します. 先 means first or early. You can use お先に失礼します to both of someone of higher status and also to your colleague. You can tell them that you're going home before your boss or your colleague leaves. It's used when leaving an office or a room. For example, let's say you're at work and you have already finished your task, so you're going home soon. And before you leave, you say this to your boss. お先に失礼します. In English, it means like, oh, I'm leaving now. See you tomorrow. If you add お疲れ様でした to this phrase, you can give them an even more polite impression. So, let's practice. Please repeat. お先に失礼します. お疲れ様でした. お先に失礼します. お疲れ様でした. Yay, good job! So, I talked about the difference between phrases with similar meanings in Japanese. If you remember how to tell the difference, you can speak Japanese even more naturally and fluently. Oh, I have a little homework here. Here's today's homework. Write your comment about this video using the phrases you learned today. Of course, it's okay just to say a few simple words. So like just writing or typing ありがとう is fine. So please let me know in the comment section below. Alright, thank you for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share it with your friends. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! 今日もお疲れ様でした。またね